All right, it says we're live. Howdy, everybody. Steve here, KM9G. We're going to play around today with some Amazon deals. There is a link in the description down below of the YouTube video where I'm going to be saving all of these deals. I already have a couple in there, maybe like 8 or 10. And these are the same deals from the Prime Day back in October that are also happening on Black Friday. So I wanted to show those to you real quick, but then we'll just jump right into hunting down the latest and greatest and see what is actually out there. So we had some solar panels. We had the Tiny SA, both the Ultra, which will get you the higher frequencies, the gigahertz frequencies, and the regular Tiny SA. The Radiodity GM30 GMRS radio is in there. The Kyrie's clamp meter is in there. The Pooty Kig. This I don't know how they come up with these names. This Morse code paddle has been around the block quite a bit. It is on a Black Friday special. It looks like it's somewhere around $15 off. But the cool thing about this is, first off, it's a substantial hunk of metal. But second, you can actually buy replacement parts if something on it happens to break. So they support the product that way, which is really nice. The Radiodity, this Quanchang was on a Black Friday deal yesterday, but it's not on today. That's interesting. I'll have to take that back out of the list. The EcoFlow portable power station from last time is on there. These little 11.1 volt lithium batteries are great for, hiking with a QRP rig because they're really like pack of gum size. They're really tiny. Let's see. The TID radio is on here in a couple of different ways. With the first one here for more money is the second battery, and this is the clean one that they finally got fixed after 27 different iterations. The Talk Pod is on here as well. You can get this one in all the different colors that they make it in, which is black, prison, and bright green. I like the bright green one myself, but the prison one seems to be popular with people. Let's go back and take a look. The Eco-Worthy battery. This is a 12 volt, 20 amp hour battery. We found these last time. If you guys have any deals that you have found, share them in the chat by name, and I'll look them up and get them on the list for everybody else to share. You can't really share links in the chat because of the way YouTube works. Let's see. Another portable power station. So this is the power station itself, 768 watts, and the one above is the 1300 watts. So that's a big boy. That's hefty right there. And then All Powers has a portable 60 watt solar panel. And this one here is pretty interesting. First off, this one's backpack size when it folds up, which is really nice. And then you can gang these together. So you can take two of these, and instead of having a 60 watt panel, you'd have a 120 watt panel. And the cable to gang them together comes in automatically, and it goes into this parallel port on the side. So you take the one panel's DC output jack and plug it into the second panel's parallel port, which leaves the second panel's DC output jack free to go into your solar charge controller or into your battery device if it has a built-in solar charge controller. So I've got a couple of these. I still need to put together a review on how to get them to gang together and what kind of power levels they put out. But let's go back and take a look at the chat, see who all is here this morning. All Powers SPO33 200 watt from Camping and Ham Radio. We'll look that up in a minute. Dan, good morning. Welcome back. This ADHD Life, welcome back. Chip is here. Hey, Chip. Bryant and everybody else I already said good morning to. So let's keep it rolling. Are the panels noisy, or is that usually the charge controller? It actually depends. You can find some noisy panels, and I try to check that out and make sure that they aren't noisy. But we will definitely do that. It usually is the charge controller that's a lot more of a noise station than it is the panels themselves, but definitely worth looking into. Let's take a look at the All Powers SP027. Save $30 with coupon on the SP027. This is a 100 watt solar panel. So make sure if you get this one here, you apply the coupon. We'll stick that one in the shopping list. I hate that when you click on add to list, it just puts it right in your wish list instead of dropping down the search like it does for every other interface on the planet. Let's see if All Powers has anything else. So the SP037 is a 400 watt panel, and this one is on a Black Friday deal. It's normally $699. It is $469 with the Black Friday deal, and then you can apply an additional $70 coupon if you click the checkbox. So always look for these checkboxes because sometimes they just kind of sit there and you don't notice them because they don't stand out very much. But a deal is a deal anytime you can get one. And most solar panels you can gang together if you get one of these Y cables here in order to hook the, I think these are called MC4 connectors. If you hook these MC4 connectors up, you can gang most solar panels together. I have one of these portable power stations to review coming up on the channel as well. This is another 200 watt panel. This one's 207. The first one was a little more expensive at $469. This is a 400 watt panel, and the one down here is a 200 watt panel. When you get these, make sure that your charge controller that you're using with them can support the extra wattage. It's not supposed to be a good day if you take a 200 watt panel and plug it into a 100 watt charge controller. So this one is about $50 off. It looks to be a foldable portable panel. Again, the link is in the description of the YouTube video down below. 300 watt solar power station. Oh, this one even has a little text on it. It'll tell you hello when you turn it on and tell you how much battery life you have left. And then you can individually turn on the Bluetooth, the DC, or the AC. It has a little light if you need that. And then the ports for DC are on the side. So you got two. They look like DC barrel jacks, probably 5525 on the side, 3 USB-A and 1 USB-C. And it said that it was, oh, it's a Prime exclusive deal, and I am not a Prime member. But if you are, there's a deal on there for you. Put that on the list. Let's take a look back in the chat. No deals on the 891. No, there aren't, but there are a couple of deals on the Xiegu radios. If you're just getting started in ham radio, they're a good place to start. The G90 is going to be on sale. I'll have some information on that a little bit later today in another stream. Alex is saying, do I want the 5D on sale or just wait for the D75? The D75 is a better radio. It does have better features, and you will enjoy some of those features a little bit better, especially if you're into portable digital modes like APRS or WinLink, because it has a built-in TNC. Chrissy's talking about the Ultra Spectrum Analyzer. Let me take a look for that. Zinc is a good brand. I do have the one from CC already in here. CC is kind of a weird brand. You can go get your tiny SA Spectrum Analyzer or, a chainsaw. It seems like a good thing for a company to make, is one of each. So Chrissy says she found it for $179. Any charge controllers with Anderson power poles? There is the Buddy Pole Power Mini, which has one Anderson power pole input and 3 power pole outputs. One goes to the battery, and then you can run 2 accessories like a radio and a tuner. And then there is one from our buddy over at Ham Source. John's got one that's an MPPT solar charge controller, and it has 1 power pole in, 1 power pole out in the box. It doesn't look like it in the picture, but it should be in the box, but definitely call and check first. I'm looking for the tiny SA that is on sale from Zinc. And I'm not seeing it. Zinc does have a hotspot with a Pi 0W. This is the slow $10 0W, not the 02W, but that's really all you need for the regular Pi-Star dashboard. The Pi-Star dashboard isn't getting as much software updates as it used to, and Chip W0CHP has made the WPSD his version of the upgraded Pi-Star dashboard, and that requires a little more horsepower. So this will still get the job done, but you'll miss out on some of the features, and it won't be as easy to set up speed-wise. It'll work. You just have to have lots of patience. We'll put that one in the list for you. Portable shortwave SDR DSP receiver. This is a world band radio. This one's on sale. Let's see what the sale looks like. Normally it's $129.99. Now it's $95.99. That's another Prime exclusive deal. Put that one in the list. I am not seeing that tiny SA. That might be me, though. Let me go in to any one of these Arzink places and go to the Arzink store, which is a good way to see other products from the same manufacturer. And Spectrum Analyzer. Okay, 176 for the Ultra. There's the price. That's actually a pretty good deal. It doesn't look like it's a Prime deal, but it's still a good deal, so we'll put it on the list. Thank you, Chrissy. Hey, Don, good morning. Welcome. Let's see what else we have here. Hey, Steve, good morning. The CUY Chan Original Soldering Pen. So the TS101 soldering pen. Let's take a look at that. Oh, there you go. So this one has a DC barrel jack power supply. Does it also have USB-C? There's a USB-C cable there. Let's take a look at some more of the pictures here. I have the Pine Sill. We'll take a look at that also. It looks like it's about the same. Yeah, so it does have DC power and USB. They call it USB PD. So USB-C ports, if you haven't watched some of the videos I put out, they put out more than just 5 volts and 2 amps. You can get them to put out, I've seen up to 130 watts at 20 volts. But there's a couple of different power settings inside of the spec. And I do have one of these from Pine Sill that I need to review. This one is 6118 Prime exclusive deal. Let's put that on the list for y'all. And then we'll take a look for the Pine Sill also. So the one that I bought in March to review on the channel and still haven't even taken out of the box is removed. Yep, I'm not seeing it on here anymore. They probably just ran out of stock in the warehouse, and they will restock it. What else do we have? GS Power 18 gauge 200 speaker cable. All right, let's look for GS Power 18 gauge wire. That's wire inside of a jacket, marine grade. That's nice. It'd be a little more difficult for us to work with. Yeah, I'm not seeing any deals jumping out on my screen here. But wire is always good. Our favorite brand of wire is BN TechGo. And the cool part about speaker wire, or in this case, you get parallel power wire. Parallel power wire is red and black. Speaker wire is usually like clear in color, and you can see in, or it's it's obviously speaker wire because we've all grown up with speaker wire back when radios were very popular. Now people just get them all built in, and they don't go into the exploration like we used to do. When you go to make your dipole, you cut the wire once, and you have both halves of the dipole ready to go. Let's see if BN Tech Go store shows any deals for us. We use the silicone wire for our antennas. And this view is not showing any deals. It's just showing the product. So we have to go back and look for BN Tech Go this way. And this should show us some Black Friday deals if there are any. Nope, just some regular savings. What else do we have? Morning, Hank. Good to see you. Good morning, James. Alex is saying it's showing $13.69 for 200 foot of bonded zip cord for him. Okay. Alex, there is a link to the Tiny SA. I think there's now 3 links to 3 different Tiny SAs. One from Rzync from Chrissy that she shared with us earlier, and then 2 from CC, another brand that sells them. They're all just importing them and putting their label on them. They don't. Neither Rzync nor CC actually make them. Let's go back to Amazon's homepage and see if they have a gateway to Black Friday. It's actually kind of odd that I'm not seeing the Black Friday deal page. There it is. You'd think they'd be more brazen about it. Are there any lightning deals currently at this hour of the morning that would make sense for us as ham radio operators? Projector would be good for going out on the going out in a park and showing people what you're doing. If you've got good logging software with a nice map, or if you're running FT8 and want to show people that you're making contacts, be an after dark late shift activation. Definitely not a curated list based on my purchase history. Let's see if we have any electronics deals. PCs and gaming's a good category for us. Tablets, laptops, displays. Do we have any 12-volt laptops? I like how these Acer laptops look like they are MacBooks now. 49-inch screen from Samsung, sorry. That's crazy. This thing would not fit in my trailer. That's crazy. I don't even know what I would do with that. Yeah, I'm not seeing any good deals on portable ham laptops. I mean, they're not bad deals. They're just not deals that I think that we could use out in the field, like the Evolve 3. Let's see, is the Evolve 3 even on sale? That's not an Evolve 3. Nope, the Evolve 3 is not on sale. Some displays on sale. I got to look at one of those. Let's go back to the electronics page here. Hard drives, monitors, lots of storage options, lots of things to fill your shack out. Let's get rid of video games. Let's get rid of software. Let's look at electronics, and we'll get rid of computers. A couple of Galaxy phones for sale. One of the things that I've been looking at is getting just a cheap Android, because there's a lot of Android software. Just to get a cheap Android phone for use in the field. And, somewhere below the $100 level. So you can do your logging while you're in the field, or you can play FT8 in the field, or both, and not have to carry out a big, huge computer. So this is a slower Samsung Galaxy model. This is the A03s, but $39.99 gets you a usable phone that you can carry on with you. So you can use your regular phone to make calls and not be interrupted while you are doing your Parks on the Air activation outdoors. So there's going to be a video on that coming up soon, because there is a couple of really interesting pieces of Android software out there. Yeah, we will be talking about the Innovato ham clock bundle a little bit later. They have really upped their game, and they're having some difficulty keeping them in stock that they're doing so well. But they decided to take the Innovato Quadra machine, which is like a Raspberry Pi, only a little bit more affordable, and it doesn't have the GPIO exposed like the Raspberry Pi does. And they've now just set up all kinds of ham-related software for it, and it has been fantastic. So you can just pick it up, turn it on, and get going. All right. Any more deals that you guys have seen at home that we can share with everybody? Let's check out our favorite ham radio products. Let's look for some cheap radios. See if any of those are on Black Friday deals. There we go, the UV5R. And this is not the normal UV5R. This is actually a little bit of a different one because it has the extended battery. So you get 2 radios in the kit, the extended batteries, 2 chargers, 2 USB plugs to plug into your charger, 2 of the super secret FBI earpieces, and 2 upgraded antennas from the rubber ducks. So that's a pretty good deal right there. That is $55 for 2. This is a good way to get some younger people interested in the hobby. Or to, take your kids out to a campground or a park and share with them. And then this is I'm sure this is not the 8-watt model, but they're both, the one I put in the link is actually a little bit cheaper. This is the new UV17 Black Friday deal of $23.96. That's a good price. Normally it was like $29, I think. And what's interesting about this is there's actually like 3 different models of the UV17. This one has the black text on the colored background, and the one that I have has the white text on the black background. This one here is very hard to see in the sun. My buddy Chuck, KK6USY, did a review of this, and this one's very hard to see outdoors. But USB charging built in. So this is the very new model that's coming out. And from what they are telling me behind the scenes, they're going to try and open source the software on this. And that's going to be a lot of fun. An open source Baofeng radio. We'll be able to do a lot of really interesting things with it and bring that up another level. And it's actually really smart because what they're going to be able to do with that is increase all of the capabilities of the radio without having to pay their internal developers, because we'll all jump on the bandwagon and help out, and it will just lift, as they say, a rising tide lifts all boats. This is the BF88A walkie-talkie, 12 pieces, a 12-pack. This is a 12-pack of radios for $60. This is crazy. So if you have like a race event that you're going to do, these are the 400 to 470 megahertz range. So these are FRS radios, but 12 radios for $60 is fantastic. So if you're supporting a local event, or if you are a club, one of the model railroad clubs in Minnesota was using Baofeng radios to communicate around the inside of the train room where they had all of their train layouts set up so they could talk while all the noises were going as the trains were moving by. This is a different version. This is the UV-S9. So Baofeng's come out with a couple of new models. This is the UV-S9, the UV5R, then the UV-S9, then the UV-17, and then the UV-19 is also coming out. So $21 for that. Oh, that's interesting. That's a different shape for the main radio. And it changed pictures. A different shape for the main radio, but it looks like it's using the same extended battery. But as you look at the backside, it is not the same extended battery as the UV5R. It's just funny that they call them all UV5R in the title over here. But really, this is a UV82. They're just trying to play off of that UV5R name that everybody likes. It's the problem with fame. People only realize that you have the UV5R, and then they don't know you have other things. But that's a pretty good radio deal there. Here we go with a 6-pack of regular UV5Rs, our old standby. We know this is not 8 watts. It might be 4 or 4.5, but it's certainly not going to be 8 in a regular UV5R model. Comes with the programming cable, so you can clone these all pretty easily. You get 6 speaker mics, 6 headphones, 6 charging cradles, 6 better antennas, and 2 batteries for each radio, so 12 batteries total. Let's put that in the list for you. Yep, Chuck's going to have a video coming out on a huge solar panel. Let's see what else we have. What's another radio brand you think would have a good deal on Amazon? This is the DM1701. This one is actually a pretty hackable radio. As far as I know, this one also works on, what's it called? The OpenGD77. Project. So the DM1801 and the DM1701 both work on OpenGD77, which means you can do quite a bit of hacking on this radio as well and makes a ton of improvements from how they had designed it from the factory. And one of the improvements that they have is it's supposed to do a neat satellite trick. I don't think this radio is full duplex, but you can do satellites with a half duplex radio. It's just a little tiny bit harder, but the software should make it easier for you. So this is a DMR radio for $71.99, which is a great deal for a DMR radio. A 2-pack of the TP8 Plus from Baofeng. We'll just put every single Baofeng model name in here. We'll do the AR771, we'll do the UV5R, and we'll do the TP8 Plus. We'll just put all the names in here. You can get this one in a variety of colors. You can get yellow. That yellow looks pretty sharp. Or red, or orange, or black, or green. I like the green and I like the orange. But right now it is the red and the yellow that are on sale. Don, the ham clock bundle, you can just go download the software and the newest version of the firmware for the Quadra, and it will have the ham clock software in it, or they have a bundle, and the bundle, I believe, has the screen in it. But I know you have tons of screens around. So Redovis has some deals coming up. Thank you, Alex. I will be doing a Redovis stream later today where I will be giving away 2 Redovis radios in addition to showing you their Black Friday deals. They do have a ton of deals coming out, lots of fantastic stuff. And then TID Radio. Let's take a look at TID Radio. Some of the deals that I just shared on the Baofengs are TID Radio deals. Yep, so I've got this TID Radio 10-watt high-power radio in the list below already. And this is actually an interesting radio. They went through a lot of iterations to get this one right. But now that they've got all the bugs finally figured out and sorted, it is a pretty decent radio. 10 watts will get you a lot more distance. And with the AIOC cable, you can plug into the K connector jack and do APRS and other digital 2-meter FM modes on it, like WinLink, and your programming. So this is another version that's on sale, $50. Let's add this one to the list because I don't have it on the list yet. I think this is the one that we just discussed a couple of minutes ago. All right, folks. Lee says he's looking for a power station. So we saw the ones from All Powers and from EcoFlow. Let's see what other power stations we have. Anchor. Anchor's a really good brand. One of the things that's interesting about Anchor is for some reason their USB PD doesn't support 12 volts. And I'm not sure why. And I've heard from a couple of different people that overall they're trying to drop the 12 volts from the PD spec, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Because as you know, in our world, 12 volts is where it's at. But overall, I like Anker. It's a lot of quality products that are out. So you get two USB-A, one USB-C, like a car socket. We can't call it a cigarette lighter plug. It's very hard to say this early in the morning. And 1.5 AC jacks, I guess. No, it is upside down. Oh, that's neat. So the top plug is polarized left and the bottom plug is polarized right. So if you had a polarized plug with a ground, you would plug it in upside down, and then you could still do like a lamp cord where it's only got the two prongs right side up on the top. But that's a interesting space-saving idea. That ground socket is just a hole to plug the ground into because there's no way to ground this since it literally doesn't connect to the ground. But you guys are smart, you know that. Blue Eddy's another good brand, 198 for a 268 watt battery. And so the cool thing about these are they call them solar generators. And if you think about a regular generator, you have to add gas to it. A solar generator, you have to add solar to it. You have to add some kind of power production system to it. But this is a power storage system. And then the benefit that this gets you is the battery is built in to the box. And then all of these plugs here are also built in. And if you just had a battery and a solar panel and a charge controller, you still wouldn't have any plugs. You'd have to go and make all of that. So figure out, if you put your shopping cart together with all of the parts to make a true solar generator by yourself. I've got a video where I did that. It's a lot of fun to do, but it also comes out to be fairly expensive. So we've got two USB-A, one USB-C, two 12-volt DC 10-amp barrel jacks, the Marine 12-volt cigarette lighter plug, two AC plugs, and a flashlight. And then on the top, it has the QI charging. You can kind of see that. And I like this one compared to the last one from Anker because it actually has a flat surface. So if you got more than one, you could stack them on top of each other. Or if you're putting it in the back of your car, you can stack them. Let's put that one on the list for y'all. Oh, this is a big boy. 1,800 watts. That would last you like an entire weekend. Jackery's a good brand. I think they're already in the list. Oh, this is a small one. 88 watt hour. I kind of wish that they would make these all one unit, because to me, I work in amp hours and I have to convert 88 watt hours to amp hours. It does say 2,400 milliamp hours, 24,000 milliamp hours. So this is a 2.5 amp hour battery. So it's going to be small. It's going to be, like hand sized is my imagination here. And it's got 1.5 AC plugs, 4 USB-A jacks. 2 of them are USB 3, so they would be putting out more power. A USB-C jack and a DC output jack. And a big old camping flashlight, like a lantern style. But it's funny because they show you this, and here it is next to what appears to be some beer bottles. So it kind of gives you a size, and then there's a drone over here next to it as well. So like I said, this is going to be like hand size. It's going to be pretty small. But small is nice sometimes when you just want to pack up something short. So make sure you clip the coupon. It's also a Black Friday deal. So $79.19 plus an additional $8 off. Makes that $71. Be interesting to see if that is RF quiet or not. There's a ton of batteries out here for sale. EBL is a good battery company. I've done some EBL reviews on the channel before, and I've had great success with them. This is normally $300. It's on sale for $159 plus an additional $10 coupon, so $149. This one's 330 watts. So I have one of these to review coming up on the channel soon. Be sure you're subscribed for that. There's a lot of deals on these guys. Oh, this one's neat. It's not really a Black Friday deal, but it's got a built-in solar panel, kind of a nuclear football design. That's pretty cool. Broy. And this is 600 watt output, 614 watt hours, 30 watt solar panel built in. Wonder how long it would take a 30 watt solar panel to charge that battery that's built in. That's pretty cool. I like that one. I'll put that one on the list anyway. Is the Nano VNA from Amazon legit? Zinc is a legit brand. We've got a couple of them that we have used. CC is also another legit brand. The truth is that a lot of these are just copies that are done in a factory somewhere, and you really can't tell until you get it in your hands. The benefit of buying it on Amazon is it's really easy and painless returns if it doesn't work out the way you want. I do have a video on my channel about how to test a Nano VNA to make sure that you did get a good one. But we've had a lot of good luck with Zinc, and they're a definite reputable brand for us. Chrissy, I know I shouldn't be mathing on stream. You are correct. It is a 24 amp hour battery. That makes it even better. Did I see any 100 amp hour LiFePo4s? Let's take a look. So if you look in the description of the video, there's a link to a really good Redodo deal today. Their Black Friday deal is linked in the description down below. And if it's not, it will be at the end of the stream when I check it. I don't know why I did 100W. There we go. 12.8 volt, 12 amp hour. This one is a smaller battery. So this is not a 100 amp hour battery. This is a 12 amp hour. So 12 amp hour. And then this one is 100 amp hour for $239. A 2-pack for $469. A 3-pack or a 4-pack. There we go. $1,000 for 400 amp hour batteries. You can power your house for a week on that. I'm joking. It's really, there's no way to tell unless you start doing the calculation of all the stuff that you run in your house. Eco-worthy 100 amp hour mini size for $212.50. Let's add that one. There's already another eco-worthy in the deal. And then I have this battery charger, but I have it branded from a different company. And this comes with the non-US spec blue and brown cables, but luckily on the side it says brown is plus and blue is minus, so you have a really handy reference there. And this is a 40 amp fast charging, so you'll charge a 100 amp hour battery in a little over 2 hours. And this thing works out very good. I've used that a couple of times. Because charging a 100 amp hour battery on a 1 amp charger takes forever. Hey, Jim, good morning.
Good morning. Holy
Looking
moly.
up Black Friday deals. Are you fully recovered from the FT8 poker hangover last night?
Well, yeah, that, and I ate like late because I hadn't eaten supper before we did our thing.
Yeah.
And Mrs. Perry didn't realize that we were going to be there 4 hours. And I'm like, well, you know, things happen.
It's fun.
Decisions were made. Mistakes might have been made. I don't know.
Well, you didn't give away your flex.
No.
Precious. This is a 50 amp hour battery, 127.
That's not a bad price. The going rate I've seen, I just bought the Power Queen Mini like a couple 3 weeks ago, and it was $230, I think, maybe a little less. So $100.
Well, the Power Queen Mini is 100 amp hour.
Yes, it's 100, but I mean that's a little more, right? So divide that in two. You're looking at about $115 per 50 amp hours. $200 per 100, whatever. God, I just mathed.
Yeah, don't math on stream. So how many watts is this charge controller? It says 40 amps.
Looks cute. Looks precious.
Don't they all? Every single one of them.
Well, if it says 40 amps, then it just depends on how much voltage it is. Is it a 12 volt or 24 volt or 48?
It's 12 or 24. It's not going to complain. But we were talking earlier. We saw some 200 watt solar panels and some 400 watt solar panels. And you can't plug a 400-watt solar panel into a 100-watt charger.
Well, I mean, if it's 40 amps, that means at 12 volts, right?
There it is. 600 watts at 12 volts or
Yes.
1200 watts at 24 volts.
Yeah. Just depending on
Is
how
that a
much...
direct conversion from 40 amps to 600 watts? The Ohm's law calculation?
No.
I didn't think so, because
I don't
there's
think so.
got to be inefficiencies in the charger and in the
Well,
circuitry.
yeah,
and stuff.
there's going to be. So 40 amps, watts is volts times amps, right? So if you say 12 volts times 40 amps, that's
You're
that's
mathing.
600. It's close enough.
Yeah.
It's 480.
I would check out what their specifications are, because you're talking about input power versus output power versus internal circuitry rating, and it could be off. So, while math works,
Well, I mean, if they're saying
engineers
600
might
watts,
not.
that's going to be on the money. I think when they talk
here's-
about that, and I don't know, I would assume they're talking about the output current available.
Here's
it
the
might be
company
on
that must
both
not be
sides.
named. Getting into Renogy deals. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't like how Renogy
Renogy.
handled that. We talked about it on the poker game last night, so we won't talk about it again here today. But you can also go over to the Toads Discord. There's a link at the top of the chat over there and find out all about what's going on. They had some products that I really wanted to evaluate and share with everybody, but I don't know.
So I wasn't going to get on the stream this morning because I just got out of bed a little while ago. But I was sitting here flipping through email, and I don't know if you get all this junk. I'd be surprised if you didn't. But today is Black Friday email day, too.
Oh, nice.
And there's a lot of stuff that is at least very ham adjacent on sale.
What are you seeing? What are you thinking?
Well, if you're into 3D printing or 3D printer curious, right? Anchor Make has their printers on sale, their new one, the M5, which is their entry level. It's their second model, but it's their entry level one.
It's $499.
Yeah,
Or they have one here. The M5C is $318.
maybe that's the entry level one. Yeah, and they're saying 28% off.
Yeah, so my deals are a little bit different because the way my Amazon is set up, but this one's 31% off, so it might show up a little bit cheaper for you guys.
Oh no, you're
take a
getting the
look.
same
Whoops.
price I am.
Okay.
I was just more pointing out what I was seeing in emails.
Oh, for sure.
These specific deals. So there's 3D
PEI
printers.
and epoxy steel plate. So this would be the plate that you put down on the bed of your printer to make it easy to stick and remove designs.
Mm-hmm. That's what I use, is something like that. It's a magnetic bottom, and then it's a textured. It's a magnetic. It's a flexible metal plate, some with texture, some without. But you pull the plate up, bend it a little bit, and then your print pops off without having to chisel the thing off.
For better AI recognition, use a different color filament from the printing plate. That's an interesting thought. AI recognition. So now there's AI in 3D printers.
There's AI and everything. I have
There
no
it is.
personal experience with the Anchor Make. I don't have one.
It might be FI, fake intelligence, because
But
a lot of
Anchor-
things that say they're AI are not AI.
Right. They might be machine learning or heuristic algorithms, but are they really
Yeah.
AI?
ML,
The other
yeah.
thing
so
about
here's the hot
Anchor-
end.
Anchor also makes a whole ton of charging accessories and batteries.
So we talked about Anchor a little bit before. I'm a big fan of Anchor, but this is Anchor Make. Is this the same company or somebody riding on
Same.
Anchor fame?
No, it's the same company.
Okay.
Anchor Make is the model of their printer, I guess. As far as I know, it's Anchor. I'm almost positive it is.
So I dropped that hot end in there. Every time I talk to Ape about 3D printing something for me, it's like the first time he's used his 3D printer since the last time I asked him to 3D print something, and his hot end's all gummed up and he's got to buy a new one. So I feel bad asking him now.
Just ask me. I don't have all the drama that Ape has. A lot of drama.
Well, he does the thing that I would do with the 3D printer. I would print something out once and go, oh, that was fun. And then I'd forget about it until it broke itself.
That's why I have 5.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm at
Don't 3D
maximum
print
3D
stuff.
printer right now, unless I throw out some equipment.
Unless you find another wife.
Yeah, or that. And
Yeah.
this
So
one's
definitely
almost got me
Max.
trained, so I'm not going to do that. Power Queen, I don't
Let's
know
see
if
what
you
Power
talked
Queen
about
has.
them. 230. I mean, that's the same price I paid for it 3 weeks ago. They're good
Power
batteries.
Queen
That's just not
inverter.
exactly a sale.
LI time. This is $249.99 for 100 amp. Yeah, that's not a sale. EcoFlow. We showed that one already. There's the Power Queen.
What are they listing the Power Queen? The 12 volt, 100 amp hour. Same price.
229. Yeah, and that's for the full size battery.
Yeah, they're both.
The mini is 239.
Yeah, that's
So for a smaller package.
the same price. That's the price it was when I bought it 3 or 4 weeks ago. I mean, it's not
Yeah, so it's not a sale.
a sale. They're pimping it like it's one, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's like that ad you showed. I believe it was you. Oh no, it might be in the Discord. Normal price $499.95. Sale price $230. Save 70%.
I'm wondering, this to
really
me
the
looks like
normal
it is
price.
a rebadged Renogy. Because the T1 controller is a Renogy thing I just saw in the Renogy debacle.
Huh. I don't know.
Well, I
That's
can get all my
interesting.
Renogy stuff rebanded as Power Queen and then not feel so bad about sending Renogy money, right?
Sure, whatever helps you sleep. That'll work.
Right?
I'm not judging.
This time.
At this time. Right. But I
So
bet there's
interesting.
only one company that makes all that stuff. They may,
Yeah, that's
maybe
the way it typically
one
is.
company, and they're just selling a unit and with rebadging.
We were talking about that with the Nav VA stuff in TC. Both of them are company on the backside. They just have different silk screen on the front of it.
Right.
2000 watt pure sine wave inverter. Drop that one in the list for y'all.
And if y'all are looking for a TV, and I know this isn't about TVs, and I'm not going to bring any up, but holy crap. You can get a 55-inch TV from a large blue giant box retailer for about $200.
Can you do it
TVs have
online? You don't
gotten
have to fight with the
stupid.
unwashed.
Well, you can buy it online, yeah. I don't fight with the unwashed. I stay away from the unwashed.
Yeah. Oh, I heard that R in there.
Maybe.
That's
It
your
slipped.
that's
It's
your
early.
Southern coming out.
No, that's my Chicago.
Oh,
Chicago.
in Maryland,
You are breaking up if you did.
war.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
I like how it says that my Wi-Fi signal is very strong, and I'm sitting right next to my router.
I don't know. Maybe you're too
So
close.
Lana's asking,
No,
are you
I am not talking about Lowe's, Lon.
Walmart?
Wally World. Wally World. I forgot about Lowe's being blue. They used to sell TVs at Lowe's, I think.
Yeah, I
They
would not
haven't
go
in a
anywhere
long
near
time.
Walmart today.
I am staying away
I'm
from
scared
Walmart.
of that place.
Yep.
I was surprised. Where I'm at in Texas, Walmart was closed yesterday. I expect them to be open in the morning at least.
I thought they went through the big drama where they decided they were going to stay open on Thanksgiving instead of this 3 o'clock in the morning on Friday thing for the crazy people.
I guess it's
Hey,
just
Abe.
localized. All right, Jim, you're fresh here. Any other things we should think of? And if you say anything we've already done, don't feel bad because we've been here for a while.
Well, back to 3D printers. They're fun. I mean, I think they're fun. I love 3D printing stuff. I don't 3D print all the time. And honestly, Steve, it's a lot like you said. They sit there. I don't use them for weeks. And I go in a cycle of printing random stuff.
What are some interesting things you printed?
The most interesting things I printed? A case for a Unify switch to mount on the wall.
Oh, cool.
A square block to keep this monitors from sagging because the piston is weak. I don't print interesting stuff. I print functional stuff.
I mean, like this print looks neat, but what am I going to do with that?
Yeah, see, there's a lot of people, and I'm not one of them, who will print cosplay related stuff. You know, Mandalorian helmets are all de rigueur today, these days. I don't cosplay. And then a lot of people will print miniatures for like table games and, you
Table
know,
games,
dungeons.
yeah.
And that's code for the Dungeons and Dragons nerds. And I don't do that either. So I don't print any of that stuff.
Glow in the dark
But
filament. That's
if you're
awesome.
looking to buy a 3D printer, now is a wonderful time to buy 3D printers because it's Black Friday time, but the technology has come so far in the past year. It's just amazing. Creality's K1 or K1 Max, great bargains, and they are actually on sale. Pull up Google. You may need to go to their website. Google Creality K1. Is he froze? He's froze.
It should be coming.
Okay.
It's coming.
Well, you were frozen. The Creality K1 or K1 Max is a great printer, and they've actually dropped the price a lot on those. The Bamboo Labs X1 and X1 Carbon P1P, P1S are also great printers. I think Bamboo is a little pricier and a little overrated. K1 is what I have. It's honestly just as good. There's some other ones. So, I mean, the 3D printer space has gotten tight. It's a lot more competition and a lot of better printers. Yeah, see, that's a K1. I paid $5.99 for mine, and now it's $3.99.
Now they are $3.99.
Yeah,
It's not a bad deal. Let's
that's
see
a
if they have
great
it
deal.
on Amazon.
And that's the K1s. There's three basic kinds of printers. There's the original style that you all are familiar with, which is what we call bed slingers, where the tower goes up and down,
Moves.
but the bed moves like this to get your XY printing. That's a bed slinger. Then you have a Delta, which is essentially a cylindrical printer, and the print head is on three arms, and it moves in the three axes that allow it to move X, Y, and Z. Deltas are fast. And then the third style, which is what this is called a Core XY. The XY does all the moving and the bed comes up. So the bed starts, or goes down actually. The bed starts at the top of the carriage when you do a print and goes down as it prints. So there is no bed sliding back and forth. And Core XYs are also really fast. So that's what the K1 is, the K1 Max. That's what the Bamboo Labs printers are. There's some other brands too, but those are the two major decent ones in 3D printing right now. And then if you're looking for cheap, you can get a bed slinger, a Creality bed slinger for probably less than $200, probably less than $150, because they've gotten to be. Where did Steve go? Have we lost Steve?
All right, let's change internet.
I just was soloed, and I was like, I didn't know I was going to do a whole monologue on 3D printers, but okay.
Well, it was a good time to do it because, you were already in it. Yeah, my connection just dropped to nothing, so I switched internet providers.
Ape has, I forgot. Ape has an X1 Carbon. Wow. Apparently, y'all love the carbons because
Wow, 4.
W4RCX has 4 of them. So yeah,
That's serious. He's almost
I've
caught
got
up to you.
I've got 2 Deltas, 2 bed sling,
Thanks, Jesse. That doesn't hurt at all.
2 Deltas, 2 bed slingers, and a Core XY. I can't remember. I lose track.
So different
Ender 3
Wi-Fi
makes
router.
good printers, but Ender 3 is not a
Different-
brand. That's a model. They're made by Creality too. So, and for a while, Micro Center was selling the Creality S1. for like $99, which if
Mm,
you want to get into 3D printing, there you go.
right.
And at $99, that'd be something I'd get my kid. And if she used it, great. And if she didn't, I wouldn't feel really bad. So not exactly ham, but you know. Flashlights, Olight has sales on, I know today, because I've been getting emails from them about it.
Oh, the Redodo deals are not in the description. Let me get them in the description real quick for you. But I'm dropping a link to the list that we have developed together here into the chat. You'll be able to see that. It is in the description already. And let me get those Redodo deals in there because the Redodo, the 12 volt 100 amp is 218 on their site.
Now, see,
And
that's a sale. Mm-hmm.
it's not a great sale, but it's not a horrible sale. I mean, what is that? 40
Right.
bucks? 30 bucks? Don't
Yeah.
math on stream.
Save $12. So let me share this while we talk about it. There's your Redodo. I say Redodo.
So they actually sent a pronunciation guide. I wish they would have, written
Punctuation.
it differently, like red O hyphen D hyphen O
Right.
or O dot D dot O dot or something like that.
Something I know.
They very specifically sent a pronunciation guide, which was nice because we're American and they're not. But that's our fault that we don't know how to pronounce their language. But to me, that's Redodo, which
Yep.
a dodo is not a smart thing. So why would I want a
And
battery that's
extinct.
not smart? Yeah.
So yeah, this is listed at $229 with the $12 coupon.
Yeah. Lon's right. They do spell it Red Odo on the battery. And Odo was a character from Deep Space Nine.
Oh, I never watched DS9.
You're missing out. It was the soap opera in space.
I tried to watch the first episode and I gave up because it just.
Well, with most Star Trek series, the first episode is always kind of iffy. Like the Next Generation's first episode was horrible.
Encounter at Farpoint.
Yes. I introduced my kids to Star Trek The Next Generation by starting with episode 3. And then after they got hooked, then we went back and watched episode 1 for, continuity's sake. So we knew where the story came from and who Q
was.
was.
Q guy, yeah.
It was a horrible first episode. The Orville was a pretty good show.
So is this 2 batteries, I guess?
Looks like it. 454. Yep, that's got to be for the 2-pack right in the title.
What's 220? Somebody math that into. I was just trying to decide if that's even cheaper than buying a single battery. It should be. You would think.
Yep. Well, Jim, we're going to wrap this one up. Thanks for joining, and we will be back with a Redivis stream where I've got some giveaway radios. You'll see that on the channel coming up. We're giving away 2 HTs with 2 improved antennas. New in the box. I will open the box to send them to you because I need to put the antenna inside, but they are wrapped and we'll show them. And then I have some Radiodity stuff coming up as well. So lots of discounts on radios today, and we will see you in the next one. Thanks for joining, Jim.
No problem.